Why do some people seem to win at everything? Business, relationships, life, while others struggle just to keep up. The secret isn't luck, talent, or even hard work alone. It's their mindset. Today, we're unlocking that secret with Mindset Secrets for Winning by Mark Minervini, Doug Gochman, and their team of experts. This book isn't just a guide, it's a blueprint for transforming your thinking to achieve extraordinary results. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll dive into the core ideas that separate winners from the rest, share inspiring stories, and give you practical tools to program your mind for success. If you've ever felt held back by doubt or wondered how to unleash your inner champion, this is for you. So let's get started. Your winning mindset is waiting to be unleashed. The power of a winning mindset. What makes a winner? Is it raw talent, endless resources, or just being in the right place at the right time? Mindset Secrets for Winning argues it's none of those things. It's the way you think. As Mark Minervini writes, your mindset is the ultimate weapon for victory. This book reveals that success begins in your mind, where every achievement, big or small, is born. It's not about having a perfect life or avoiding challenges. It's about how you approach those challenges. Winners don't just dream, they program their minds to turn dreams into reality. The authors emphasize that a winning mindset isn't some mystical gift reserved for a chosen few. It's a practice, a habit, a lens through which you see the world. Imagine two runners in a marathon. Both have trained, both are talented, but one crosses the finish line while the other stops halfway. Why? The winner's mind says, keep going no matter what. The other's mind whispers, maybe I'm not built for this. As the book states, the difference between winning and losing often comes down to a single thought. That thought shapes your actions, your resilience, and ultimately your results. This idea hits home because we've all felt that inner voice of doubt. If you've wanted to start a business, chase a big goal, or take a bold step, but something held you back, a fear, a hesitation, a belief that you're not enough. Mindset Secrets for Winning teaches that those thoughts aren't truths. They're stories you tell yourself. And the good news, you can rewrite those stories. By shifting your mindset, you change the direction of your life. The authors write, change your thinking and you change your destiny. This isn't just motivational talk. It's a call to take control of your mind, and with it, your future. The book shares a story of somebody who struggled in the stock market. Despite having all the technical knowledge, they'd analyze charts, study trends, but when it came time to make a trade, doubt crept in. What if I lose everything? They'd think. That fear paralyzed them, leading to missed opportunities. Then they read Mindset Secrets for Winning and started applying its principles, affirming, I trust my strategy and I act with confidence. Over time, their mindset shifted from fear to focus, and their trades reflected that change. They didn't become a billionaire overnight, but they built consistent success by mastering their mind first. This shows that a winning mindset isn't about being fearless. It's about acting despite fear. What's holding you back? Now, let's get real for a moment. Have you ever asked yourself, what's stopping me from reaching my goals? Maybe you've blamed external factors, bad timing, lack of support, or just plain bad luck. But Mindset Secrets for Winning challenges us to look within. As the authors write, the biggest obstacle to your success is often the invisible chains you've placed on yourself. These chains are the doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs that live in your mind, holding you back from your full potential. Think about it. When you're about to take a big step, maybe applying for a new job, pitching an idea, or stepping on stage, that little voice kicks in. What if I fail? What will people think? Am I even good enough? That voice isn't just noise. It's a signal from your subconscious, trying to keep you safe in your comfort zone. The book explains, your subconscious mind is wired to avoid risk, but growth only happens when you push past that resistance. The problem isn't the world outside. It's the stories you've internalized, often from childhood, past failures, or the criticism of others. For example, the book shares a story of someone who dreamed of starting their own business, but kept hesitating. They'd tell themselves, I'm not a business person. I don't have the skills. Those thoughts weren't based on reality. They were echoes of a high school teacher who once told them they weren't cut out for leadership. They carried that belief for years, letting it stop them from taking action. But after reading the book, they began to challenge those thoughts, asking, is this true, or is it just fear? That question, straight from the book, helped them see their limiting beliefs for what they were, stories, not facts. They started their business, and while it wasn't easy, they broke free from those invisible chains. As the authors write, the moment you question your doubts, you take the first step toward freedom. This idea is powerful because it forces us to confront the truth. We are often our own worst enemies. The book encourages you to identify these mental barriers, whether it's fear of failure, worry about judgment, or a belief that success is for other people. Once you see them, you can start dismantling them. The authors suggest a simple exercise. Write down one limiting belief you hold about yourself. Maybe it's I'm not good with money, or I'm too shy to succeed. Then ask, is this true? What evidence proves it wrong? By doing this, you begin to rewrite the narrative in your mind, replacing doubt with possibility. What you think is what you get. One of the most transformative ideas in Mindset Secrets for Winning is that your thoughts shape your reality. As the authors put it, what you think is exactly what you get. This isn't about wishful thinking or magical manifestation. It's about how your thoughts influence your actions, which in turn create your outcomes. Your mind is like a radio, tuned to a specific frequency. If you're tuned to negativity, I'm unlucky, I'll never succeed, your mind will seek out evidence to confirm those beliefs, and your actions will follow suit. But if you tune to positivity, I'm capable, I can create opportunities, you'll start noticing possibilities and taking bold steps toward them. The book illustrates this with a story of two colleagues who started at the same company with similar skills and opportunities. One constantly thought, I'm not ready for a promotion, I'll mess it up. Their hesitation kept them from volunteering for big projects, and they stayed stuck in the same role. The other told themselves, I'm learning and I'll figure it out. They took risks, asked for feedback, and within a year, they were promoted. The difference, their thoughts. As the book states, your thoughts are the architect of your reality. One mindset opened doors while the other closed them. This principle is rooted in neuroscience. Your brain is designed to reinforce the thoughts you repeat. If you tell yourself you're a failure, your brain will filter the world to confirm that story, making you less likely to take action. But if you affirm your potential, your brain starts seeking opportunities to prove it. The authors write, your mind builds the world you tell it to build. This is why affirmations, visualization, and positive self-talk are so powerful. They reprogram your subconscious to align with success. To apply this, the book suggests a daily practice. Every morning, spend 5 minutes affirming your goals. Say things like, I am capable of achieving my dreams, or I attract opportunities that align with my vision. Visualize yourself succeeding. Picture the moment vividly, feel the excitement, and let it sink in. Over time, these thoughts become your default, guiding your actions towards success. It's not magic, it's mindset. Mastering the art of discipline. Now, let's talk about discipline, the backbone of a winning mindset. Talent and motivation are great, but without discipline, they're like a car without fuel. As the authors write, discipline is the invisible force that turns dreams into reality. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's showing up when you're tired, doing the work when you'd rather scroll on your phone, and sticking to your commitments even when motivation fades. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. The book shares a story of a young entrepreneur who had big ideas but struggled with follow-through. They'd make grand plans at night, full of excitement, but by morning, they'd procrastinate, waiting for the perfect moment. Years passed, and they were still in the same place. Then they read Mindset Secrets for Winning and learned that discipline isn't about feeling inspired, it's about acting despite how you feel. They started small, committing to 1 hour of focused work each morning. No excuses. That small habit grew, and within months their business began to take off. The authors write, discipline isn't about perfection, it's about consistency, even when it's boring. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the the stronger it gets. The book suggests starting with one small, non-negotiable habit. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to work on your goals, or spending 15 minutes a day learning a new skill. The key is to do it every day, no matter what. As the authors say, small steps taken consistently build the staircase to success. Over time, these habits compound, turning small efforts into massive results. The psychology of risk. Risk is a word that makes most of us flinch. It brings up images of failure, loss, or embarrassment, but Mindset Secrets for Winning reframes risk as the gateway to growth. As the authors write, the greatest risk is taking no risk at all, because that's a guaranteed path to staying stuck. Winners don't avoid risk, they embrace it, knowing every step into the unknown is a chance to learn and grow. The book tells of someone who dreamed of competing in a singing competition, but always backed out at the last minute, paralyzed by fear of failure. What if my voice cracks? What if people laugh, they'd think. But after reading the book, they decided to face their fear. They stepped on stage, their voice trembled slightly, but the applause they received changed their life. That one risk gave them the confidence to keep performing, eventually landing a spot in a local theater production. The authors write, risk doesn't guarantee success, but it guarantees growth. Risk isn't about being reckless, it's about calculated action despite uncertainty. The book suggests a simple strategy. When faced with a risky decision, ask, what's the worst that could happen, and can I handle it? Then visualize the best case scenario. For this person, the worst was a shaky performance. The best was inspiring an audience. By weighing both, they found the courage to act. The authors emphasize, every risk you take strengthens your mental toughness, making the next one easier. Developing mental toughness. Life isn't always kind. It throws punches that can knock you down. The question isn't whether you'll get hit. It's what you do when you're on the ground. Mindset Secrets for Winning calls this mental toughness, the ability to keep going when things get hard. As the authors write, mental toughness isn't about ignoring pain. It's about feeling it and moving forward anyway. The book shares a story of somebody who faced back-to-back losses in the stock market. Their confidence was shaken, and they were tempted to quit. But instead of giving up, they leaned into their mental toughness. They acknowledged their fear, stuck to their strategy, and took the next trade. That discipline paid off, and they slowly rebuilt their success. The authors write, mental toughness is choosing your long-term vision over temporary emotions. Building mental toughness is like training a muscle. The book suggests embracing discomfort daily. Whether it's tackling a hard task, having a tough conversation, or pushing through a workout when you're exhausted, each small act of courage strengthens your resilience. The authors also recommend self-reflection. At the end of each day, ask, did I show up today, even when it was hard? Over time, these moments of toughness become your new normal, making you unstoppable. The mindset of a super performer. What sets super performers apart? It's not just talent or luck. It's a relentless commitment to being better than they were yesterday. As the authors write, super performers don't compete with others. They compete with their own potential. They're not chasing perfection. They're chasing progress every single day. The book shares a story of an athlete who wasn't the most naturally gifted on their team, but while others relied on talent, they showed up early, stayed late, and studied their craft obsessively. They told themselves, I'm not the best yet, but I'll be better than I was yesterday. That mindset led them to break records and inspire their teammates. The authors write, super performers turn every day into a mission to improve, no matter how small the step. To adopt this mindset, the book suggests focusing on your why. Why do you want to succeed? Is it to provide for your family, inspire others, or prove something to yourself? Keep that why front and center and let it drive you through tough days. The authors also recommend tracking your progress. Write down one thing you did each day to get closer to your goal. It could be as simple as reading a chapter, making a call, or practicing a skill. These small wins build the momentum of a super performer. Conclusion: Your winning mindset starts now. As we wrap up this journey through Mindset Secrets for Winning, let's take a moment to reflect. You have everything it takes to be a winner, because winning isn't about where you start, who you know, or what you have. It's about your mindset. As Mark Minervini and his co-authors remind us, change your thinking, and you change your destiny. Every story in this book, from traders to singers to entrepreneurs, shows us that the difference between staying stuck and soaring lies in how you think, act, and persist. You might have felt held back by fear, doubt, or past failures. But today, you've heard the truth. Those are just stories, and you hold the pen to rewrite them. Start small, choose one limiting belief and challenge it. Commit to one disciplined habit. Take one calculated risk. As the authors write, small steps taken consistently build the staircase to success. Your inner champion is waiting to be unleashed, and it starts with a single thought: I can do this. So go grab Mindset Secrets for Winning and read it, not just once, but again and again. Let its wisdom sink deep into your mind and heart. If this summary sparked something in you, don't let it end here. Drop a comment below and tell us what's one mindset shift you're ready to make. Like this video, share it with someone who needs a push, and subscribe for more summaries that will fuel your growth. Your winning journey starts now. Let's make it extraordinary.